Why my business partner is now my ex-wife's new boss. Intro. Fast-paced, high energy. You ever have one of those moments where your brain just reboots because what you're seeing is physically impossible? I was 30 minutes out from the biggest pitch of my life, a $5 million Series A round. My partner, Leo, and I had been grinding for 3 years in a garage. He was the brother I never had. But when I walked into our private office to grab the prototype, I didn't find the tech. I found Leo and my wife, Sarah. And let's just say, they weren't discussing the quarterly projections. Pause. I didn't scream. I didn't throw a punch. I just felt this cold, heavy weight settle in my chest. Leo looked at me, tucking in his shirt, and had the nerve to say, "Ben, it's not what it looks like." "Really, Leo?" "Because it looks like the ultimate betrayal." I walked out. I didn't go to the pitch. I went to a dive bar, turned off my phone, and stayed there for 12 hours. When I finally crawled home, the locks were changed. Dramatic pause. I checked my iPad. My stomach dropped. Leo had gone to the pitch without me. He told the investors I'd had a mental breakdown due to substance issues. He'd somehow convinced the board to OUS me and appoint him as CEO. But here's the kicker. Sarah was listed as the new head of marketing. They were using my patents, my code meant to us, and my life's work to fund their new happily ever after. I had over 50 missed calls from our lead dev, Marcus. I called him back. "Ben," he whispered, "they're celebrating at the rooftop lounge right now. They're signing the term sheet in front of everyone." I didn't even shower. I put on my best suit, grabbed a manila folder from my safe deposit box, and headed to that rooftop. Slow, deliberate pace. The elevator doors opened to the sound of popping champagne. Leo was mid-toast, arm around Sarah. When he saw me, he didn't even flinch. He just sighed, like I was a tragic ghost. "Ben," he said into the microphone, "we're all worried about you. You shouldn't be here." The investors looked at me with pity. Sarah looked at me with disgust. I walked straight up to the lead investor, a guy who doesn't tolerate mess. I didn't say a word to Leo. I just handed the investor the folder. "What's this?" he asked. I smiled. "That's the legal proof that the core IP, the very thing you're investing in, isn't owned by the company. It's owned by a private holding firm in my name. Leo never signed the transfer papers because he was too busy. Distracted." The room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. Leo's face went from smug to white as a sheet. I looked at Sarah, then back to Leo. "Enjoy the party, guys, but the tech stays with me. Have fun explaining that to the board." I walked out of there, feeling lighter than air. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't a scene. It's a contract.